so much for coming to relax with me for a few minutes. Literally today, guys, okay, I'm going to show you exactly how I relax my hair. Now at this point, I've already divided my hair into 4 sections. Then within those sections, my hair is divided into even more sections. I just took some conditioner and drenched everything that's already been relaxed. So basically everything has conditioner on it except my new growth, guys, okay? This helps me make sure that I don't overprocess the hair that's already been relaxed, and also since I don't have to go through and part each section as I apply the relaxer, it'll also help me make sure that I don't overprocess my new growth, okay? Now as you can see here, I am going to use the Mizani relaxer for medium to normal textured hair, and I also have some black gloves to protect my hands. Now, I've only used this relaxer one time, but I absolutely loved it. And here, I just wanted to show you guys exactly how much it took for me to relax my hair the last time. I was about 2 months post-relaxer, just like I am now. So based on how much I used then, I should be able to use this at least 5 or 6 more times. As you can see here, it was only $12.99 at my local beauty supply store. And I also got the shampoo from that line. It's the Mizani Phormula 7, and that one was $14.99, guys. So for both products, it was under $30, and I will be able to use that at least 6 times. So if you break that down, it's like $5 per usage, guys. So as you can see, I just apply it directly to the new growth, and I apply it up as opposed to down towards my scalp, just to prevent the relaxer from getting directly on my scalp, which of course it will get on there a little bit, guys. But I also heavily base my scalp with just Vaseline or any brand of petroleum jelly. I just go through and just really coat my scalp, okay? But I try for the most part to just focus it on the roots of my hair, on my new growth, and not so much my scalp. And then I don't smooth it down to my scalp so that it doesn't start burning. Okay. All right, so I just do this same thing. As you can see, I'm going to show you basically this whole section so that you can kind of see it in real time, and then I'll speed it up a little bit for you guys, okay? And again, I am right at about 2 months post-relaxer. I don't know exactly how many weeks, but somewhere between 8 and 9 weeks. But again, right at 2 months, and I have about 1 inch of new growth. So I am focusing the relaxer on just that part. And again, everything that's already been relaxed is coated with conditioner, so I'm not too worried about it, but I still don't want to intentionally apply any on my relaxed hair. All right, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't get too much relaxer on my left hand, just because that's what I'm using to manipulate my hair. I don't want to, have relaxer on that hand and then be touching the ends and manipulating, because even though I do have conditioner on it, it is still a chemical, and it is a strong chemical, and it can eat through the conditioner eventually. It's just there to kind of slow that process down. Okay. And there you can see I am just going through and getting it on my new growth. And before I did this relaxer, guys, I just clarified my hair, and then I did a protein treatment. That was 5 days ago. No, it was 4 days ago, and I used the Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo, which is like $1 and some change at Walmart. I said the same thing in my braid out video. And then I used the Organic Root Stimulator Hair Mayo. Okay, that has always worked for me, so I'm gonna stick with that. Before I relax my hair, I always deep condition with the protein treatment, even if my hair doesn't feel damaged, which it felt very strong. I recently got my ends trimmed, so I have no complaints regarding the health of my hair, but I still do a protein treatment before the relaxer, just to make sure that my hair is very strong and can stand the chemical. Okay, guys? All right, I'm going to speed it up just a little bit because nothing is changing at this point, okay? Another thing, guys, is I don't know why I started at the back. when I did this relaxer. I never ever do that. I always start from the crown and then go to my edges. For one, my crown is super resistant, super coarse, super thick, the worst part of my head to deal with. So I always start there because the relaxer needs to sit there for a little second. And also, guys, your edges are very delicate. Everybody's are, no matter what your hair type, texture, whatever, your edges are the most sensitive part, so you don't need the relaxer to sit there the longest. I typically, again, work from the crown and go outward, and then go in at the end and apply it to my ends. I don't know if it's because I'm recording the video and I'm worried about what I'm looking like, which I look how I look, whatever, but I don't know. So guys, I recommend that you start from the crown and go backwards, or not backwards, start from the crown and work towards your edges. And someone else noticed that my hair color is completely different on this video than it was in my first videos. Basically my hair journey video, my welcome, all of that. And guys, usually when I relax my hair, I darken it a little bit. So my hair naturally is very light brown, like sandy red, and to me it just is shinier. It looks healthier even when I don't do anything to it when it's darker. So sometimes I rinse my hair, but I don't do any permanent colors or anything like that, and that is just what you see. So it looks like, to me, my hair is like dyed brown here, but all that is my natural hair color is brown, and you see a lot of very, very dark rinse still in my hair. Okay, so if you notice the little slight hair difference or whatever, that is why. Okay, and up here, guys, you can really see what I mean when I say I'm not trying to focus it on my scalp. I want to relax every part of my hair. I pretty much get my hair bone straight, as opposed to texlaxing, which is, for the ones of you who don't know, just intentionally under processing your hair. Basically you apply the relaxer and rinse it off right away. Maybe you'll coat the hair like I did, but you will also apply it to the new growth, something to slow down the relaxer process and to keep some texture in your hair. I am not doing that. I want my hair straight. Now I'm not going to just let it sit on there and get it as straight as I can, because I think that is damaging. But when someone asks, do I relax straight or am I bone straight relaxed or am I texlax, the answer is definitely bone straight. Now someone told me, and he is a licensed professional, that the goal when you go to cosmetology school, or what they teach in cosmetology school, is that the goal is to get your hair about 80% relaxed, I guess or relax your texture about 80%. I don't know what that is. I don't know how to tell what percentage it is, but my goal is to get my hair pretty much straight. I can do a little bit of wave, but not a curl. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I smooth my hair in just a second. Okay, that was very sloppy what I did. Don't do that. Okay, guys, be careful with the ends of your hair. Luckily it didn't get drenched, but be careful, guys. And what I'm doing here is just going through my parts, applying a little bit more. I'm still not trying to get it on my scalp, which you can't tell here, but I'm not so much worried about it, because at this point I'm going to go through and smooth. I don't let it sit at all. I apply the relaxer, I smooth the relaxer, and then I immediately rinse it out. Not because I'm trying to texlax my hair, again, guys, just because that's all my hair needs. I can feel with my fingers what is straight, and if there is a little bit of texture, I'll just kind of smooth a little bit. If it needs a little bit more relaxer, I will do that. But at this point, I am completing the relaxer process. And still the same thing, guys. I'm not smoothing it directly to my scalp, because if I do, it will burn in like 2 seconds. So I've always said I have a sensitive scalp. I have a sensitive scalp. I may have a sensitive scalp, but a relaxer is not designed for your scalp. It's designed for your hair. So it's supposed to be on your hair for the most part. Okay, so again, make sure that you base your scalp, and even when you do everything that you're supposed to do, you still want to use protective measures, okay? So I am going through and smoothing all of the hair, and if you just saw that a second ago, I still haven't actually applied it to the front of my hair. It is on the edges at the back, but I haven't applied it to my edges at the front just because very sensitive, and I promise you guys it's still going to get straight after I smooth it and go in and apply it to the front. Also, guys, you may notice that I am using my fingers instead of using the applicator brush, and that is simply because I can feel what I'm doing with my fingers, okay? Even with the application process, I like to feel exactly how much relaxer is being applied. I'm wanting to make sure that it's going, you know, fully penetrating that section of hair. When I use a brush, sometimes I get it on the outside part, but then when I go in to smooth, there's no relaxer like in the middle of that because I have, you know, really thick, tight, curly, you know, new growth. So that's why I use my fingers, and you can see here, guys, that it is pretty much straight already. Even though I haven't smoothed it, the texture is already completely loosened up. Now I realized that you couldn't really see exactly how much new growth I had before, and that's just because on my last wash day I blow dried it with the round brush, so I really smoothed out my roots for the most part, but with my fingers I could definitely tell the difference between, you know, relaxed hair and new growth. Okay, guys. Now, some of you may have noticed that when I started applying the relaxer, I was at the back right side, and then when I went to smooth the relaxer, I started on the back left. Okay, so I did that backwards. You want to smooth in the order that you apply the relaxer, but luckily, guys, my results were just the same. So if you do something like that, don't worry about it. As long as you have the basic technique down, then you should be fine, okay? Now, when I planned to do this relaxer video, guys, I was just going to explain my process and maybe insert some clips. And also, like I said, guys, I wasn't actually planning to relax my hair at this time, so I do apologize. With my little wardrobe here, I definitely realized I have a whole bra hanging out of this dress. But again, guys, I wasn't planning on doing this, and I just decided instead of trying to explain it, I should just show you guys, okay? So sorry. All right, so I have it all smoothed out, and I am finally applying the edges. Now, I don't know if I wanted to wait this long, which it was still fine, guys, but after you apply the relaxer all together before you smooth, it is okay to go ahead and do that. Now, I do feel like I'm barely applying that to my edges, and then I'm gonna go rinse it right out, but my edges still got straight. But I didn't, like I said, I'm only 2 months post. If you've been stretching your relaxer, or if you're a lot of weeks post, whatever you want to call it, you may want to go ahead and apply the relaxer to your edges a little bit sooner, okay? And also, I told you that I based my scalp, but I also went through with the Vaseline and applied it all over my forehead, all along my edges, my ears, just so that if the relaxer touches my skin, which there is some on my ear over here, it won't burn, okay? So at this point, I am going to rinse it out. I am just making sure that I don't feel any waves, any texture anywhere in my hair, any part that may need just a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more smoothing, and I will be ready to rinse it out. All right, so everything for the most part feels pretty good, and like I said, the little places that have a texture, I'm just going in and working it with my fingers. This is what it looks like at the back. I don't use a comb. I know it looks very tangled, guys, but I would never ever use a comb. I cannot imagine using a comb when this strong chemical is on my hair. It feels like it would just break off. In my head, I think my hair would just snap off. So I don't recommend that you smooth your relaxer with the comb, but if you do, use the back of the comb to smooth it instead of the teeth of the comb, okay, guys? But again, my fingers work just fine, and I'm not like hitting my scalp. I can feel exactly what I'm doing with my hands, guys, and you just don't want to be, you know, constantly bumping, pulling, parting at your scalp. Now, I didn't want to risk over processing my hair, so I didn't actually film myself rinsing out the relaxer. I just ran in the kitchen real quick and rinsed it out right away. But I did get some footage of me shampooing. I just made sure that I got all the relaxer out of my hair for the most part. I probably rinsed it for about 3 or 4 minutes before I even shampooed it the first time, just to, again, make sure that all the relaxer was out. And then I shampooed it twice, just the normal way, basically. Just applied the shampoo, massaged it on my scalp and rinsed it. Did that a second time, and then on the third time I put the shampoo all over my hair from root to tip, and I let that sit on there for 5 minutes. Okay. Now I usually don't let my shampoo sit on my hair that long, but whenever I relax it, of course, I let the neutralizer sit on there just to bring the pH back down on my hair. And then I just shampooed it one more time, lathered it up for about 1 more minute, and rinsed it thoroughly. I did my best to make sure that I had all of the relaxer out, but when I was editing the footage, it looks like I left a little bit on the back, and today I'm doing this voiceover. I have a little tiny burn right on the edge, and that's just because I didn't rinse my hairline thoroughly, okay? Just like I said, you need to do, so be careful with that. And if you have somebody there, it's always good just to, have somebody spot check or run in the mirror. Do something to make sure you don't burn yourself. And this is what my hair looks like, freshly shampooed, okay? I didn't put any products in it. I am going to condition it in just a second, but I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys exactly what the texture looks like. So when you ask, am I bone straight or Tex-Lax? I say bone straight, but it's not exactly bone straight, but I don't, again, consider it Tex-Laxed, okay? All right, now let me pause it right there just so you can kind of see my natural hair color, okay, guys? So I was trying to kind of explain the color. I don't know exactly what it is. It's like a red. It has like some blonde streaks, but it can translate to a very, very dull color. And I love the hair color sometimes, but sometimes I want it black and shiny or dark brown and shiny, and I rinse it. So that's that, guys. Okay, and I just realized that I didn't show you guys the deep conditioner that I'm using, but it is the Queen Helene cholesterol treatment. It is the cheapest deep conditioner you can find, and it is one of the best conditioners I've ever used. Okay, now I don't use it on a regular basis, but I use it probably once a month, and it keeps my hair so strong. I honestly feel like if I use this conditioner once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks, then I don't need to deep condition outside of that. Like every other time I wash my hair, I can just use a shampoo and use like a rinse out conditioner, because this keeps my hair very, very balanced. Okay, very strong, very soft. It is a perfect conditioner, and I get it at Sally's for like $4 for a huge jar. Okay, so I will try to put a picture of that in. And I am just going through and making sure that I get the conditioner all over my hair, really, really focusing it on the ends of my hair. And I know what I just relaxed was my new growth, so I am going to make sure that I get it, towards the roots of my hair as well. But guys, you want to make sure that when you condition your hair, you're focusing on the ends of your hair. I did say before in one of my videos that the main thing that you want to do is make sure that your ends are healthy. So even though I just relaxed my new growth, it is very healthy. The relaxer didn't damage it at all, and I want to make sure that my ends are very well conditioned, and then I'm going to go in and kind of focus it on my roots, but I'm going to make sure that I don't get any of it on my scalp. It is not designed for your scalp at all. It will get on there just like a little relaxer will get on there, but guys, you don't want to attempt to apply the conditioner to your scalp. So I'm just warming the conditioner up a little bit so that it spreads more easily and also penetrates my hair strands a little better. Then I'm just twisting it up so that I can sit under the dryer. Apparently I did show you my deep conditioner, and then this is what I used before I applied the relaxer. Alright guys, so I got my little plastic cap here, and I am just going to hop under the dryer for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we will be all set. Okay, guys? Look, so now I want to fix my dress, try to hide my bra. Girl, it is too late. Now, see what y'all made me do? I knocked my camera over and woke my baby up, so here I am under the dryer, nursing him.
Mommy.
and I just cover his little face up, but I have to go because this dryer is a little warm and he does not want to be under this towel. So I will be back in 15 minutes. All right, and my husband was so kind as to hold the camera for me so that I could get this part. I didn't actually have a bathing suit handy, guys, so sorry about that, but I promise you're not going to see anything at all. And I'm just rinsing out the Queen Helene. And then I added a little bit more conditioner, actually the Trader Joe Nourish Spa conditioner, just so that I could detangle it a little. And here, I'm just sticking all of my shed hair on the wall. If you look closely right here on the left, guys, you can see that I only lost a few hair strands, so that was awesome. So that's exactly how I relax my hair. I hope you found this helpful. Now stay tuned to the end to see how many times I got crashed trying to record this video for you guys. Alright, so guys, what I was saying was, and then I'll take conditioner or oil or whatever I want to use,